Hello friends, welcome in RBC Online. I am Dattatreya Raut in the Human Health and Diseases. Today we are to discuss about the new aspects, malaria. Now this malaria is the vector-borne infectious diseases which is caused by the plasmodiums. There are the various type of the plasmodium, but the plasmodium falciparum, which is the responsible to cause the severe and serious illness of malaria. So malaria is the one type of the borne infectious diseases that will be it is a vector-borne infectious diseases. Vector-borne that will be the plasmodium is the a species of protist which are having the a different species. Genus Protist Plasmodium having a different species, that is Vivax, Ovale, malaria, falciparums. There are the different type of the plasmodiums and their species. So that a point is regard to the malaria, the vector, a mosquito is a factor to carry the plasmodium to cause the disease that is known as the malaria. Such type of the factor, that is a mosquito, is a special type of the mosquito, that is female mosquitoes, and these female mosquitoes which is the responsible for the causing the disease that is known as the female that is known as the Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito, which carry the plasmodiums, and there are the 4 species of the plasmodiums: Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium falciparum. Only the Plasmodium falciparum causes the serious illness, while others are rarely fatal. And based on this species, there are the 4 types of malaria. Regards to the causing the vector-borne infectious diseases, that is a plasmodium diseases caused by the protist plasmodium. Only the Plasmodium falciparum which are the responsible to the cause the serious illness in a malaria. There are the 4 types of the malaria. The malaria which is the caused by the Plasmodium vivax, the malaria is caused by the Plasmodium ovale, the malaria is caused by the Plasmodium malariae and Plasmodium falciparum. Out of these 4 types of the species of the Plasmodium, only the Plasmodium falciparum which cause the serious illness, while others are rarely. Now, what are the signs and symptoms of malaria? Signs and symptoms of malaria. Symptoms of malaria begins appear about 7 to 15 days after the bite of infective mosquito. After the bite of infective mosquito. Now, the appear of symptoms on the body of infected person when mosquito female Anopheles is bite, then the malarial symptoms are appear after the 7 to 15 days after the bite of the infective mosquito. The initial symptoms are, what are the initial symptoms of the malaria, these are the start the fever, headache, chills, and may be difficult to recognize as a malaria. These are the very common symptoms are this seen in the initial stage of the malaria, in a start stage of the malaria. These are the very common symptoms in the different diseases and which are the difficult to recognize the malaria. So it is essential to a classical symptoms of malaria is a classical symptoms of malaria is the cyclic occurrence of the high fever followed by the sweating and sudden shivering. These are the cyclic occurrence of at the cycling stages of the growth of the Plasmodium falciparum. At that time, a certain intervals, high fever followed by the sweating and sudden shivering. Such entire episode lasts for 4 to 6 hours and recurs every 2 days or the 3 days. Such type of the classical symptoms of the malaria, high fever, sweating, sudden shivering, such entire episode lasts for 4 to 6 hours and recurs every 2 days or 3 days. That means these are the classical symptoms. Now look the pictures on the slides. Headache, sweating, shivering, and such type of the high fever. So these are the classical symptoms of malaria. This cyclic occurrence of the high fever, sweating and sudden shivering, these are the classical symptoms of the malaria. Then further symptoms of the signs and symptoms of the malaria, that is known as the retinal damage, cerebral malaria, hemoglobinuria, hepatomegaly, that means enlargement of liver, then vomiting, then joint pains, anemia, due to the anemia, rupturing of RBCs. There are the further symptoms of the malaria, that is known as the retinal damage. The retina is the vital part of the eye, which are the essential for the formation of the image. If the malaria goes to severe cases, at that time, this due to the malaria, severe cases, so retinal damage is also due to the malaria. Then cerebral malaria, brain infection. Now this malaria is also caused the brain infection. Malarial infection is also caused the cerebral malaria, that is a brain infection. Then also the hemoglobinuria is also the one type of the signs and symptoms. And hepatomegaly, that is liver enlargement. Liver enlargement is also due to the severe cases in the malaria. So joint pain, that is known as the arthralgia, that is known as the joint pains. Anemia, due to the anemia cause the rupturing of the RBCs. Now this RBCs is caused the rupture due to the anemia, due to this anemia. So and vomiting and the convulsions. Now this vomiting is also caused. In the malaria, there are the various and different type of the symptoms as per the infection, which has the which stage. From the bite of the infection, mosquito cause a bite of the mosquito, then 7 to 15 days, there are the various symptoms and signs are the observed on the patients, in the patients. So signs and symptoms we are to discuss in the various signs and symptoms. In the board examination, question may be asked, give the signs and symptoms of malaria. there are the various signs and symptoms of the malaria. There are the 7 signs and symptoms of the malaria. Symptoms of the malaria begins to appear 7 to 15 days after the bite of the infective mosquitoes. Then after the retinal damage, cerebral malaria, brain infection, then hemoglobinuria, hematomegaly, joint pains, anemia due to the cause rupturing of the herbaceous, vomitings. There are the various and different signs and symptoms are in the malaria is the appear. So in the signs and symptoms of malaria, very dangerous to the goes to the severe cases. Now then after this, a mode of transmission. Now the mode of transmission of malaria or this plasmodium. This plasmodium is transmitted from one person to other through an insect vector, and that insect vector is known as the female Anopheles mosquito. Now this female Anopheles mosquito which carry the plasmodium, and when infected female Anopheles sucks the human blood, infected female Anopheles suck the healthy person human blood, it may be a transfer of sporozoites to the human circulation. Now when infected female Anopheles suck the human blood, healthy human blood, it may be transferred the sporozoites to the present in the salivary gland of the infected female Anopheles. So such type of these sporozoites which are the in a saliva of a female Anopheles, when inject the and then suck the bloods at that time, which are the transfer the such type of the plasmodium, that is the sporozoites. Plasmodium sporozoites are the in a human circulation. In this way, the transfer of the plasmodium sporozoite from the infected female Anopheles to the human healthy blood, human healthy persons. Now this mode of transmission, further what are the events are occur when the sporozoites are circulate in the blood of infected person. Now these sporozoites are reproduced asexually through the fusion in the liver cells or the erythrocyte. The cell form within the erythrocytes function as gametocytes, and beside it form the gametocytes within the erythrocytes, that is known as the gamogony. Now here, when the sporozoites are the comes in a circulation of the in a blood circulation, then this goes to the liver cells. Sporozoites reproduce asexually through the fusion, that is known as the schizogony in the liver cell or the erythrocytes. It may be in the liver cell or it may be erythrocyte cell, form the within erythrocyte, function as the gametocytes, and beside it form the gametocyte within erythrocytes. Now here, this gametocyte, if taken up by the female Anopheles, fertilization occurs in its gut, diploid zygote is formed which transform into the oocytes. Now here sporozoites, these oocytes form the large number of the haploid sporozoites through the meiosis, that is known as the sporogony, and sporozoites migrate to salivary glands and are ready to infect a new human host. What are the mode of transmission? When these sporozoites reproduce asexually in the body of liver of the mosquito and erythrocyte are cell formed within the erythrocyte, function as the gametocyte. Gametocyte are if taken up by the female Anopheles and fertilization occur in its gut. Fertilization occurs in its gut and diploid zygote is formed, which transfer into the oocytes, and oocytes form a large number of the haploid sporozoites through the meiosis, and sporozoites migrate to salivary glands and are ready to infect the new host, human new host. Now here, stages in the life cycle of Plasmodium in mosquito and human. Cycle in mosquito and cycle in human. Now here, when what happens in the just to this, now here the gametocyte which is the present in the infected human, then this when are the mosquito is bite to the infected human, then suck the bloods. Now this which are the pick up gametocytes, then form the oocytes, and oocytes are the breast and to form the sporozoites and goes to salivary glands. Now here these sporozoites when are the infected to the new host, human host, and then after the in a human host the sporozoites, that is a hepatic cell, hypnozoites goes to the mature in livers, schizonuts, merozoites, then goes to the erythrocyte, trypanozoites, then trypanozoites, erythrocytic schizont, then rupture the erythrocytes and release the gametocytes. In this way, cycle in mosquito and cycle in human, there are the different stages in the life cycle of the plasmodiums in mosquito and humans. In the cycle in mosquito, there is a formation of this sporozoite in a salivary glands, and these sporozoites are transferred from the female Anopheles mosquito to the healthy human host. Then in the human host, hepatic cell. Now this sporozoite goes to the liver cell, hepatic cell. In the hepatic cell, which are goes to the formation of the hypnozoites, then goes to the mature in a liver schizonunt, that is merozoites, then merozoite goes to the erythrocytes, then form the trypanozoites, then trypanozoites goes to the erythrocytic schizonuts, and then to the formation of the gametocyte. In this way are the suck the bloods by the female Anopheles and the enter into the female Anopheles. Then diagnosis and the treatment of the malaria. In the diagnosis of malaria, in the treatment of malaria, it is essential to diagnose at a certain stage of the malaria when are the signs and symptoms are appear in the patients. It is essential fact to the very important as regard to the risk of the malaria goes to the severe cases which are the just before a diagnosis is essential. So in the include the diagnosis of the malaria is a very important. Basically signs and symptoms of initial stage, there is a very complicated one. It is a difficult to recognize the malaria, so that is a microscopic study of the bloods, complete blood counts, that is a microscopic study of the blood smear is essential. Antigen detection test is very essential. Rapid malaria and diagnosis test, that is known as the RTDS. Rapid malaria diagnosis test is essential to recognize as a diagnosis of the malaria, and rapid diagnostic test is based on the nucleic acid. Amplification techniques is also used for the diagnosis of the malaria. Rapid diagnostic test based on the nucleic acid and amplification techniques. And this amplification techniques is used for the recently in the detection in the diagnosis of the malaria. The rapid detection test, rapid malarial diagnosis test, microscopic study of blood smear. There are the different diagnostics tests are the referred by the doctors, and pathogenicity to test the pathogenicity. Then in the further after the diagnosis, the treatment of malaria is essential. For the proper treatment, for the proper guidelines of the treatments is essential after the diagnosis of the malaria. Now in the treatment of malaria include the artemisinin based on the combination of the therapies, based combination therapy, that is known as the ACTS. ACTS is the artemisinin. Artemisinin is the one type of the treatment of malaria, and World Health Organization has recommended the 5 ACTS. These 5 ACTS therapies, combination therapies, which is known as the artemisinin, based on the combination therapies. The World Health Organization recommended the various 5 ACTS, which include the various combination of the artesunate, sulfodoxine, artesunate, sulfodoxine, pyrimethamine. There are the different combinations are included: sulfodoxines, pyrimethamine, and in addition to the quinine is also the use. Quinine is the malarial drugs which is the largely available in the India, which is the produced in India. So in addition to the quinine is also used for the cure of malaria, for the treatment of malaria. These are the India is the biggest country to providing the quinine to other countries for the on the special treatment of malaria. So these are the treatment of malaria which is the recognized or recommended by the World Health Organization. Now here prevention and control. Prevention and control is the how to prevent the malaria, how to control the malaria. Prevention of the mosquitoes bite by using the mosquito nets, and insect repellents is also used to prevention of the causing the malaria. Prevention of mosquitoes bite by using the mosquito nets and the insect repellents. Also the spraying the insecticides and the draining stagnant water where mosquito lays eggs. Spraying the insecticides and the draining stagnant water where mosquito lays eggs. And mosquito larvae can be controlled by using the Gambusia freshwater fish, which is the biocontrol one, is a very large scale to cultivate, to culturing the Gambusia freshwater fish, which is the biocontrol. In that area, mosquito larvae can be controlled. The mosquito larvae are eaten by this such type of the freshwater fish that is known as the Gambusia. These are the biocontrol for the prevention and control of the malaria infections, to the growth of the female Anopheles, the growth of the mosquito larvae, which is the very dangerous for the causing of malaria. Now these are my channels and video. When viewers are liked the video RBC online by Dattatreya Raut, subscribe my channels and share and like my channels. Thank you so much.